Good morning, Unity Church of Overland Park. Welcome. For those of you tuning in at home or wherever you're at, we're glad you're here. There is a space in my heart where I find the truth. I find me in you, a truth beyond what you may see now. But when we are one, we bring more good about. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah, there is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We are so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. I see with new eyes, allow and unfold, embrace and let go, trust the flow. There's a freedom with love when you follow your heart. Together we are stronger than we could ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah, there is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Breathe in and out. Slowly feel all that's around you. All that you feel, all that you know, let it go. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you much more when we unite. When we unite. When we unite. When we unite. Yeah. You are welcome here. Love is welcome here. Peace is welcome here. You are welcome here. Thank you. Now, if you could please stand and join us in singing Love Is My Decision. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. Once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now. Please stay standing and join us for All Good, All Good. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is love, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is one, holy, holy. All God, holy, holy. All God, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is God, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Let me know all is good, holy, holy. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Unity Church of Overland Park. It's so good to see all of you here, be with you wherever you might be in our balconies on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Reverend Eileen Stulak. I'm the Associate Minister of Operations here, and it's always a pleasure to be with all of you.
And I'm Minister in Training, Laura Carl. And can we just give a big round of applause for Pancho Javier and the rest of the UCOT band? And also our ASL interpreter, Jasmine Velasco.
Woo-hoo. And really close to +1 over there with Jasmine, so we bless her and that child on its way. So our senior minister, Reverend Jackie Fernandez, has the day off today. She'll be back in the offices on Tuesday and with all of us here next Sunday. And so we have a very special guest, I would just say member of the family. Reverend Chris Jackson is back to join us today. And I'd like to share a little bit about him with all of you before we move into our time of prayer. And so again, Chris, we're just so glad to welcome you back today. Chris has been an ordained Unity minister for 50 years. And he had, that's right, 50 years. I don't get to say this very often in the community here with our ministerial team, but I feel, I was only a teenager whenever he was ordained. I'm usually one of the elders of the group up here. So it's like, so good to have you, Chris. Oh my goodness, he served as the Executive Vice President at Unity World Headquarters and served at that organization for 26 years. Then moving into church ministry, he led Unity of the Palm Beaches and then Unity on the Bay in Florida, serving the latter for 16 years. He's also served in England and Mexico. He's written for both the Daily Word and the former Unity magazine, which is now, as you know, Spirituality and Health, a Unity publication. He's been the keynote speaker at multiple of Unity events all around the country. So folks, I gotta ask you a question. Is it any wonder that Reverend Chris was the recipient of the Charles Fillmore Award of Excellence, which is an award honoring his incredible contributions towards the work of our founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, right? Yes. And so again, we're just so grateful, very blessed to have you back with us today. And so let's join together as we always do for a time of prayer. And when I got up this morning and I just began to feel my way into our experience this morning, the thought came to me that we receive so many prayers from our Unity support organizations, if you will, Unity World Headquarters, Unity Worldwide Ministries, Silent Unity. And I thought, why not we take a moment and offer prayer for them this morning? And so we do open our hearts to those who stand in support of the overall unity movement, including ministers and ministries. Unity World Headquarters, the site of the publications and retreats and teachings. Unity Worldwide Ministries, who fosters our educational programs, our credentialing paths, offering all of the business type support to churches, boards, and again, ministries, lay leaders. They've been in these roles for many, many years, offering their prayer support to us. And now they are coming together to create one organization. That is the goal. And so as they work together, even furtherance on our behalf, we bless them. We let them know through this prayer that they are being enfolded with the energies of divine wisdom and guidance and love and appreciation and strength and creativity and all that exists within the leadership teams and all their support staffs. We see them shining their lights in new and exciting ways. And so as we bless them, we affirm their work as being done and so through and by the power of the presence of God within them. And so would you join with me in affirming that one affirming statement of truth that brings this all together? Together there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, the source of all good.
And now we just take a minute and we reflect on those desires deep within our hearts. Those desires for healing, for ourselves and for others. We remember the truth of who we are at our being. And we hold that truth. And we remember it even for those who sometimes forget. And we extend our love to all of the communities out there being affected by the natural disasters. And we give them inner peace. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Get ready, 'cause here I come now. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come now.
Hello. I'm Tony.
And I'm Alice, and we have a few announcements for you today.
We have a new Quiet Path Yoga class beginning today in the studio space at 12 noon. Church member Jeff Squirick is offering this class on the 2nd and 4th Sundays of the month. The practice weaves together gentle hatha yoga, breathwork, and guided meditation, creating a calm, inclusive space to release stress and reconnect with your body as a vessel of the spirit. The cost is only $5 per session, and no one will be turned away. All skill levels and abilities are welcome, and ASL will be provided upon request.
And next Sunday, Reverend Jackie will kick off a 3-Sunday series titled Fillmore Flicks. Each Sunday, the message will focus on a different documentary film, and our weekly e-news and website will provide links so that we can watch them ahead of time. On the 3rd Sunday, August 3, the final film will also be shown here in the sanctuary after the service so we can watch it together. So join us next Sunday. The featured documentary is Mission, Joy, Finding Happiness in Troubled Times, which features the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu.
Our annual prayer chaplain training will be held on Saturday, August 16th If you are interested in joining the team or wish to find out more about what a prayer chaplain does, please plan to attend one of 2 informational meetings being offered. The first is next Sunday, July 20th. Another will be offered the following Sunday, July 17th. Both will be held in the Idea Lab and begin at 11:30 a.m.
And we're excited to be heading back to Hamburger Mary's and their Ham Bingo fundraising event on Saturday, August 2nd. This is a fun time, a bit salty and sassy, that is hosted by some of KC's fabulous drag queens. It's from 4 to 6 p.m. You can play some bingo, enjoy fantastic food, and support our mission of creating a affirming and safe spiritual community for all. Reservations are strongly recommended, which you can make directly with the venue.
And lastly, join us for the UCOP Women's Retreat 2025 Magical Mystical Meditation Tour, a transformative gathering designed to nourish your mind, body, and spirit. The retreat is on Saturday, September 13th from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the Hollis Renewal Center in Bonner Springs. Reverend Dr. Sherry McMurray will be your tour guide. Bethany Shipley is a featured speaker. And music will be provided by Reverend Aaron McCabe. This will be a day rich with spiritual practices, healing, and sisterhood. Early bird registration is $60 through August 14th, and you can find more details and register online using the link provided in the e-news or after the service in the cafe.
And now let us join together in speaking the joint unity. Get my words right. The joint vision statement of the unity movement. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
James. One more announcement. So on July 27th, I will be teaching a class based off of this book, Spiritual Economics. The class is Happy, Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise. And if you're not familiar with Eric Butterworth, so when I started Unity, when I felt Spirit say, hey, go to church, this Unity movement, I read a bunch of books, like a whole year in 2019. And I'm now on the credentialing path for LUT. I'm an LUT candidate, and I have to teach classes. And so I am going through this book again, and I remember, this is the book. This is why I'm here. And so I just want to join you. Again, it's July 27th. It's going to be a 6-week course. We are skipping the 3rd of August because of the Dolores Huertas documentary, thank you. And it will be from 11:30 to 1 p.m. each day. So that's my announcement, and I hope to see you there.
Thank you, James.
The soles on these shoes are wearing thin from all of the miles that I have spent searching. The trail might be cold, but it's not quite frozen. Yeah, I'll find my way if I just walk each day with my heart wide open. I've been worn down like an old river stone, caught up in the current, tumbled and thrown. My spirit is weak, but it's not quite broken. Let that river run, and I'll take what comes with my heart wide open. I wanna take every breath like it's the last one that I'm gonna get. it's like to live with my heart wide open. I've held on too tight. I've let go too soon. I have built walls clear up to the moon. But now here I stand, unguarded and hoping that love calls again, 'cause I'll jump right in with my heart wide open. I wanna take every breath like it's the last one that I'm gonna get. I want to release every regret, let go of the pain and forgive. Yeah, I wanna know what it's like to live with my heart wide open. Yeah, I wanna know what it's like to live with my heart wide open. Wide open. Wide open.
I love speaking here because with a music ministry like that, it doesn't really matter what I say at this point, does it? Really, you're so awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Fred. Pancho. So this is my second time speaking here at Unity of Overland Park, and I'm so grateful. But I need to give you a warning, and this is the warning. My daughter, whom I love dearly and deeply, was at a talk that I delivered on Father's Day, and I was, of course, very grateful that she was there. And after the talk was over, I said, "So, Angela, what did you think of my message?" And she said, "Well, Dad, it sounded just like the message you gave the last time I heard you speak." Karen has told me the same thing about talks, and I realized that these women, both of them, are very wise, very discerning, and very trustworthy, and they were actually telling the truth. And the reason for that is that every talk that I deliver essentially contains the same message, and that message is this: you and I have accepted an identity for ourselves that is not rooted in spiritual reality. That is, in fact, I'll go so far as to say, an identity that consists of a figment of our imagination. In other words, we have imagined ourselves to be something that we are not. And the greatest contribution we can ever make to ourselves, our loved ones, and to humanity right now is to remember who we are. To remember who we are. And to catch ourselves in those moments when we find ourselves buying into an imaginary idea of what we thought ourselves to be. And I say that with you this morning because I know all of us looking out onto the world right now want to do something that will make a difference, don't we? We want to make a difference. We want to make a contribution. And I know I have spent a lot of time considering, pondering what I can do, and there's many actions that we can take, there's many activities that we can get involved in, but at the end of the day, my dear Unity Church of Overland Park family, we are being called to remember who we are. So I apologize for the fact that this message is going to probably be almost exactly like the last one you heard from me. And I think Karen deserves an award because she's been at every talk I've given since I've returned to Kansas City several years ago. And the reality is, Karen, Angela, here it is again, one more time. We're celebrating the birth of our nation this month. And it's a little sensitive, is it not? Given everything that we're witnessing right now and the troubles and the concerns that may be preoccupying our minds. It's very delicate, and I understand that. While I hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend, I also want to recognize that some people right now are very, very burdened by the decisiveness in this country. Not everyone, I realize that, but many of us. Some are heavy-hearted at the injustices that we perceive occurring all around and about us. Some are worried about the possibility of another world war. I get these concerns, and I have shared them, along with, I would presume, many of you in the room. On top of this, there's the underlying concern or fear about our freedoms being restricted. And that is specifically what I want to speak with you about this morning. I'll start with a story, one of my favorites. There was an old farmer, and he had an old donkey. And the donkey misstepped one day out in the field and fell into an abandoned well, a very deep abandoned well. And the farmer couldn't find him. He finally realized by the donkey's footprints that this mishap had occurred. There wasn't a sound coming up out of the well, so he presumed the donkey had fallen so far that it took his life. And in an act of mercy, he decided to call upon his neighbors to come help him give a dignified burial to his old donkey. The neighbors came over, and one by one, they began shoveling dirt onto the presumably deceased donkey. Unbeknownst to everybody that had gathered there, every time anyone would take a shovel of dirt and throw it down on the donkey, who in fact had not actually died, would shake the dirt off and use it as a means of stepping up higher. Much to the surprise of everyone that was around and about trying to assist in a burial, the donkey's head pops up, eyes wide open. And the reason I love this story, my friends, is because who has not had a shovel full of dirt tossed on them during the course of their lifetime? And sometimes it's a hell of a lot more than a shovel full. Sometimes it seems like a mountain comes down on you. Do you know what I mean here? I know you do. It's not that we're ever going to completely escape, I don't think, what could be interpreted as adverse circumstances or situations. It's what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do with that dirt when it lands in our lap? And can we find the wherewithal to shake it off and use it as something that elevates us higher? I think that's an important story and principle for us to be remembering in our world right now, in our country right now, in our lives right now. The last time I spoke before you, I told you, and this is interesting because I'm noticing how this has been an evolution. You never stop evolving, you know, all these years in ministry. And I realized, coming across the talk I gave back in 2020 during COVID to an empty room, it was just me and a microphone because nobody else was there. And I realized how emphatic I speak sometimes, and how sometimes I really sound like I know what I'm talking about. I think this is partially because I'm trying to convince you and I'm trying to convince myself, but the longer I've been in ministry, the less inclined I am to deliver statements that are absolutes to you. Because no one, and I love this about Unity, and I bet you do too, no one can dictate your personal belief system. No one can prescribe your personal heartfelt religion. It can't be done. This is something each of us has to do for ourselves. So I've stopped issuing absolutes, and now I only issue proposals. And as I told you the last time when I was here in February, you can take these proposals or you can leave them. It's up to you. So this morning, the first proposal I offer you is this. Worry, doubt, and even well-intentioned concern are always opportunities for us to discover greater peace, greater love, greater joy, And all negative emotion is always a call to discover freedom. And I'm not talking about a freedom that is granted to you by external authorities, by governments, or in any other way. I'm talking about freedom as an essential ingredient that God has placed within you as a perfect creation. A recognition and a deep abiding realization of this freedom is the greatest gift you'll ever be given, because we begin to realize that everything we need is within us already. All we have to do is recognize it and claim it. And once we do that, ain't nobody nowhere can take it away from us. Important to remember, I believe. In the book of John, this is the 8th chapter, verse 31 and 32. This is Jesus speaking to the Jews who had believed in him. He said, "If you continue in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So it's kind of important to know what the truth is if we want to be free. And again, no one can tell you what your truth is, what your understanding, your interpretation of truth is. That's something that is your charge as a spiritual pioneer on the planet right now. But I can tell you this morning what the truth has come to mean for me. And sometimes by sharing these things, it prompts realizations, awarenesses, and divine downloads, I call them. So I hope that with these words, sharing my perspective, you'll get a divine download or two or three or four or more. I believe that the truth is that everything you have ever longed for and that you will ever need already dwells within you. And you'll never be able to find it in anybody or in anything outside of you. Now, I stand admitted before you this morning that even though I was born and raised in the Unity movement, I have spent years and years and years of my life trying to find what I thought I needed outside of myself. And it really hasn't been until the last maybe decade that I'm finally convinced I'm never going to find it there. That song, looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for peace, looking for joy. If you're searching outside of yourself this morning for fulfillment, specifically for freedom, I would propose to you that your search will be endless, because there's nothing out here that you need. There's things, people, situations for you to enjoy, to savor, and give thanks for, but nothing that you need. Everything we need is already within us. That's because true freedom is a divine birthright. It's an inner liberation that transcends all external circumstances. It's greater than anything in the world of time and space. It's not bound by fear or by ego or by dogma or by guilt or by shame. Good friends of mine, guilt and shame. I'd like to say that I stand before you this morning after all these years in Unity ministry, free of guilt and free of shame. But that's not true. They visit me as frequently as they ever did when I was younger. But I don't always let them in the door. They may come to see me, but they don't purchase real estate in my consciousness. This true freedom is the release of all control, all expectation. If you have any relationships that are rough or rocky in your life this morning, I just encourage you to remember that all expectations have the ability to be expectation-free. And while the world has told you it's perfectly reasonable to make expectations of the people that occupy space in your life, I'm telling you this morning, you haven't lived until you've lived an expectation-free rapport, an agenda-free rapport with another person. And this true inner freedom really allows us, and I think this is perhaps what we're all after, the remembrance that we are born with the ability to experience peace, love, and compassion, not just as words or emotions, but as everyday realities, as an actual way of being. Proposal number 2. How you doing out there with these proposals? So far, so good? Proposal number 2. And this is one I kind of have to take a breath before I even share it with you, because I haven't always believed it. True freedom is a choice. It's a choice that we are making, or we have the ability to make in every moment of our lives. And you may say to yourself, well, surely I can't just choose freedom. Not until I do enough work, not until I prove myself worthy, not until I overcome my many, many faults and frailties, not until, here's a big one, I accept a Savior outside of myself to cleanse my soul and make me okay. Not until the government approves and endorses of my God-given identity. And by the way, I don't think that's going to happen anytime real soon. H. Emily Cady, one of the most revered minds and hearts and writers in the Unity movement, wrote a book many years ago, and many of you probably are familiar with it. It's called Lessons in Truth. And in that book, she titles the first chapter, Bondage or Liberty? Which? Bondage or liberty? To me, that's a way of saying materiality or physicality versus spirituality. And believe it or not, I say it again, this is always a choice. Jesus said in the book of Matthew again, you know, he was a pretty smart guy, this Jesus fella. The more I read him, the more I marvel at him. No one can serve 2 masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. You can't do it. Your service is going to be to one or the other, the spiritual, invisible, cosmic side of life, or the very finite side of day-to-day physical existence. Nothing right or wrong or good about either one of those particularly, but they do offer very different experiences. We can experience true freedom by disassociating ourselves with the domain of materiality that's outside of us. In Unity, we would refer to that as an ego-based living. We have the ability to disassociate. Doesn't mean that we don't honor it. It doesn't mean that we don't work within it. But we are in the world, but not of the world, when our consciousness is rooted in spiritual understanding. We can experience true freedom by completely associating with the liberty and the justice of the domain of spirit that is within us. And I believe with all my heart, my friends, that's what's happening right now. There's a call being sounded for us to move into living this truth. I'm going to be contradicting myself because I want to say I don't really want to talk about it, not as much as I used to. I don't even want to write about it. I don't want to philosophize or theorize about it. I want to live it, and I believe you do too. And this comes down to every little minute decision that we make throughout the day, whether we're going to choose the path of peace or the path of conflict, the path of freedom or the path of imprisonment, the path of bondage or the path of liberty. I hesitated sharing these next words with you. They are from the Indian guru Maharaj. And he says this, and when I first read this, so just to give you permission to agree or disagree, I took issue with it. I didn't want to accept it, but the longer I live, the more I think, He says, to know you are a prisoner of your own mind, that you live in an imaginary world of your own creation, is the dawn of wisdom. To want nothing of it, to be ready to abandon it entirely, is earnestness. And I just want to share that with you one more time. If you didn't like it the first time, just close your eyes for a minute, or close your ears for a minute. Cover your ears. Here it is again. To know you're a prisoner of your own mind, nothing more or less, your own mind, that you live in an imaginary world of your own creation is the dawn of wisdom. To want nothing of it, to be ready to abandon it entirely, is earnestness. And what this is saying is, I want to live in spiritual integrity. Whatever happens to me, whatever contribution I make to humanity, I want it to be born out of my own spiritual integrity. Here's another proposal for you. Everything is coming to us from our most benevolent, loving Creator for but one reason, and that is to unveil before us eternal, true freedom. It's all saying, wake up. Be here now. Be who and what you are by God's design, and whatever action you take in the world, let it come from that space within you. All you have to do is release control. All right, that's all I need to say. Just let go, let go. And we say it all the time. It's the most popular lesson in Daily Word magazine. You know what it is? Let go, let God. And every time we would publish that as a daily lesson in Daily Word, we would get so much response. And why do you suppose that is? I believe it's because people know, I know, you know, at the core of things, we're not in control of anything except what we allow admission into our own consciousness. But that's everything. But we're running around out here all over the place trying to make this happen and work against this and control that and make people and circumstances work out the way that we think they should work out based on, again, this imaginary understanding that we have taken on for ourselves. So what do we do here, friends? Here we are facing life, as we've been doing, many of us, for many years. What's the best way we can contribute to bringing greater joy and greater peace and greater love into our lives, the lives of those we love, and the people on this planet? The first suggestion I offer you is silence. You know, I moved into a new apartment last November, and the only question I really asked the office manager there was, how quiet is it here? I was a little concerned, you know, because you never know what you're walking into. It turns out it's a very peaceful, quiet area. I worked for many years with Jim Rosemergy. Some of you know that name? And great prolific author within the Unity movement. He and I were co-workers at Unity Village years ago. He used to use a term called friends of God. He said, befriend God. Has anybody ever had a friend, and the only time that friend ever called you is when they needed something? It's like the phone rings, you look and see who it is. I don't even want to answer it because I know they're going to ask me for something. Well, consider God for a moment. I don't think God refuses any calls. But if the only time we go to God is when we need something, we're missing the point. If you really want a friend in your life, hang out with them because you enjoy hanging out with them and because you feel the rewards and the peace that comes from being in companionship with that person. The same is true with God. Second, ask. And I'm going to go back to the book of Matthew again because nobody said it better than Jesus. Ask, and it will be given you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. You see, even God will not override your free will. And if you don't ask for something honestly and earnestly and sincerely, the chances of your receiving it are not very great. You have to ask. So this asking becomes an important ingredient in helping us to divest ourselves of our incessant preoccupation with everything going on out here in the world of time and space and move deep within our hearts and our own souls to realize we have an incredible level of support awaiting us. When we say yes, when we ask, when we say yes to God, it's really beyond your imagination, the level of support, cooperation the whole universe can offer you. Ask that your authenticity as a child of God be revealed to you, and it is from that authenticity that you're able to go out and take every action that you take in life and in the world. Meister Eckhart, the German theologian, once said, "Let go that you may be." Be what? Be as God created you. Face each dimension of the unconscious aspects of yourself that are within your consciousness. There's things I'm aware of, but every day, and this is especially true of the evil people that show up in my life. Anybody have evil ones in their life? Just kidding. They're the ones that trigger you. Anybody been triggered lately? And that natural tendency is to want to go out and push against that, instead of realizing this trigger is showing me an unhealed, unconscious aspect of my own consciousness. And if I am able to let this other person off the hook, I can find freedom inside of myself, because I am not a victim of external circumstances or the actions of other people. And finally, release. That is, release attachment to the physical world. Not releasing the physical world. It's here for a reason and a purpose, but it's our attachment to it, and it's our attachment to things working out the way that we think they need to work out. We want all of our action to exemplify a spirit of, I believe, gratitude. And there's no more important spiritual gift that you'll ever discover than gratitude, my friends. It's so powerful. When you're in dismay, when you're doubting what's happening in the world outside and around and about you, when you're in worry, when you're in genuine concern for other people, stop thinking about the problem. Here's a little Emmett Fox on you in the Golden Key. Stop thinking about the problem and think about something you can be grateful for immediately. As many things as you can be grateful for. Pull your mind power out of dismay and discouragement and invest it as fully as you possibly can in that which you can right now in this moment be grateful for. And there is always a plethora of things, situations, and people in your life that you can give thanks for. Final proposal of the morning. Our lives are being lived, my friends. I get this every day more and more. While most of us believe we, in our imaginary nature, are actually living our lives, truth tells us otherwise. God, pure divine authenticity, has always been living my life, your life, and the life of humanity. Question is, can we trust that? Can we trust it? And I believe that the circumstances we're experiencing, viewing in the world of time and space right now, are the perfect setup for you and me. My friends, we came into this experience, I believe, take it or leave it, just a proposal, and we signed up for it. We said, I want to be on the planet right now. I want to be in a body, in human form. I want to be an incarnated soul. I want to be a part of contributing to and witnessing in glory a phenomenal shift in the collective consciousness of humanity. Remember, my friends, it's not just you and me. We're all pouring our consciousness into this great collective. And everything that we experience in the world of demonstration outside of us, the world of manifestation, cannot, by virtue of the truth, cannot stand in the way of what we are destined to be and how we are destined to show up in this world. So instead of pushing it away, instead of falling into dismay, doubt, worry, and concern, let us know these are just the shovels being tossed into the well on top of our heads. And we are not going to let them bring us down. We are not going to let us move into a pessimistic state of failure. We're instead going to remember this, my friends. The land of the free has never been outside of us, and it never will be. The land of the free is in you, is in me, and we're about to discover it more fully than ever. God bless you.
Lead me, love, lead me on. When I'm weary, make me strong. Lead me, love, grow. Lead me, love. Lead me home. Lead me, love. Lead me on. I am ready. I am strong. Lead me, love. Watch me grow. Lead me, love. Lead me, Lord. Lead me
Well, we have an opportunity right now to take this experience that we've shared this morning deep within our hearts. Asking for a deep and abiding remembrance of the spiritual truth that we are. And as you close your eyes, if that's comfortable and possible for you wherever you may be, feel free to do so. It's a way of giving a signal to yourself that you're going to let the world outside and around and about you go for a while. Don't worry, it'll be there when you return. But right now, let it all go. Any worries, any preoccupation with the things of this world, any doubts, any fears, any expectations. You know, we're not called human doers. We're called human beings. And how sweet is it to simply be in the awareness of our true nature as children of God. As fascinating as the human adventure may be, there's a world inside of you, a reality inside of you that's waiting in every moment for you to say yes, for you to embrace it, for you to love it, for you to remember it. And in that remembrance, there's nothing in the world of time and space that can stand in your way. There's nothing in your imagined nature that can keep you from realizing the authentic reality from which you have been created. So we let the games go. We let the preoccupation with the outer world go. And together we rest in simplicity and stillness and silence. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Let us rejoice for everything that has ever happened to us within the span of our lifetime, no matter how we may have judged it to be. It's all been an invitation. It's all been an opportunity. It's all been part of a perfect plan that has brought us to this moment. And this is a good moment. This is a great moment. This is a moment in which, individually and collectively, in room and online, we have remembered who we are. And in that remembrance, we are ready and willing to change our lives and to change the world. This we pray in the name, in the nature, and through the power of all that is sacred and beautiful and holy. And that, dear friend, is everything. Amen.
Lead me, love, lead me on. When I am weary, make me strong. Lead me, love, help me grow. Lead me, love, lead me home. Lead me home.
Just like freedom has a choice, so does prosperity. Do I choose to focus on the thing that I don't have enough of? Time, money, relationships? Or do I instead choose to focus on the things I already have? So let's just take a second and give gratitude for those things that we already have. All of the time, all of the talent, and all of the treasure that is already in our lives. And let's hold those in our hearts and give our blessing to the offertory. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am joy-filled and grateful.
We are flesh and bone, we are parts unknown. We are ashes, we are dust. We are rogues and kings, we are bold extremes. We are jury, we are judge. We are strength and heart, we are miles apart. We are one, we are love. We are hopes and dreams, we are noble beings. We are diamonds in the rough. Have we lost sight of all we are? Forgotten history and its scars? Reduced ourselves to doubt and fear? Given up what we hold dear? Freedom is won and fought. Lives are lost and souls are bought. But lasting freedom lives inside, within our hearts and in our minds. So be the change you wish to see. Be the peace that sets you free. Be the love you want to feel. Be the cure that helps you heal. Be the dreams that you desire. Be the spark of your own fire. Be the future you inspire. Be the wings that take you higher. So be the change you wish to see. Be the peace that sets you free. Be the love you want to feel. Be the cure that helps you heal. Be the dreams that you desire. Be the spark of your own fire. Be the future you inspire. Be the wings that take you higher. Be the change you wish to see. Be the peace that sets you free. Be the love you want to feel. Be the cure that helps you heal. Be the dreams that you inspire. Be the spark of your own fire. Be the future you inspire. Be the wings that set you higher.
Pancha, Javier, you are bringing it this morning. My goodness, Fred and the band, thank you all so very much. Yes. And Reverend Chris, again, thank you so much for sharing your messages and your proposals with us today. A lot to think about when we leave, right? All right, we want to honor our Volunteer of the Month team. This is our hospitality team we are acknowledging this month. So they are the ones, they come a little early to start setting up. They stay late to clear away all the refreshments that come. So if you're on our hospitality team, would you please stand so that we can acknowledge you and just give you some love and appreciation. A couple quick reminders for two of our affinity group meetings coming up. Our Yarn Blessings group, their next meeting is going to be a week from tomorrow, Monday the 21st. That'll be at 6 o'clock in the evening here out in the cafe area. And over the next couple of weeks, stay tuned. There's going to be a slight shifting in meeting days and times for that group, but through July, where they're going to stay with their schedule that has been. And then Folks with Faith, their meeting for the month is coming up on Saturday, July 26th. That starts at 10:30, again here out in the cafe. Doors open at 10 and available online. Just sign up using the link in our e-news. So let's join together in speaking our mission statement for this incredible spiritual community of ours. Unity Church of Overland Park transforms lives and empowers people to make a difference in the world. Indeed, we do. Next week, Reverend Jackie will be back here. As was stated earlier, she's going to kick off the Fillmore Flicks documentary series. The first one is going to be Mission Joy. So check the link. If you want to view it ahead of time, you can, and then we'll hear her take on it next Sunday morning. So now, let's welcome in Amy, Kara, and our children.
We are walking as the light, as the light, as the light. We are walking as the light of God.
Good morning. Today we had Mila and Sophia, and let me tell you, we were just kind of wiling out today. It was just a running around, having a good old time kind of day. So something that Mila and I have talked about in the past is what does it mean? What is hurt? And how can we help people? And let me just say that we've come a long way from we can give a friend a Band-Aid, right? Yeah, we can use our words and we can help people. And when Sophia was sad today, Mila stood up and she said, let's run around and let's play. And she helped her friend feel better today. Didn't you? Yes, you did. So thank you all for joining us today. If you would please stand as you are willing and able for our final song.
Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, Spirit divine, let me shine your light. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, Spirit divine, let me shine your light. Let me be a vessel, let me be a vessel, let me be a vessel of love. Let me be a vessel, let me be a vessel, let me be a vessel of love. Thank you all for being here tonight. For today, as you carry on throughout the day, acknowledge the light that you see within each other, the light that is within you, as we acknowledge the divine that's within all of us. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, Spirit divine, let me shine your light.
And from wherever you may be standing in the room, let's speak together the words to our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. Have a wonderful week, everyone.